dealing with industry politics and stuff throughout the course of your career, how's that been for you maintaining your longevity at the same time, but then still having to, maneuver out here?
Well, you learn that, like a lot of jobs and positions, and even, politicians, everybody has a certain time, including people who work at record labels.
Yeah.
A lot of people who were doing A&Rs or had titles back then, they might not be in the game right now.
Facts.
So never take nothing personally. That's one.
Yeah.
It's funny style niggas in the industry. It's just like the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you deal with everything from that perspective.
Yeah.
There are no friends.
Yeah.
There are acquaintances.
Yeah.
Some of those acquaintances can turn into friends.
Yeah.
But you just make sure your business is straight. And like I said, you're gonna hit some bullshit. Fake contracts, jerky promoters.
Yeah.
And you just gotta just be ready for that shit.
Exactly.
It's not just going in the studio and making the music and putting it out.
Yeah.
It's a whole machine that actually is the process.
With you being the kind of producer that found itself from New York to Atlanta to LA, man, I mean, what was your favorite coast to create on, sir?
Well, I'm an East Coast artist, so of course I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but myself and Eric Sermon, we came down here like in '92.
Exactly.
A lot of people in Atlanta don't know this, but we came down here and we working with Dallas Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we worked on a group called Shades of Lingo.
Yeah.
Illegal. Molly G and Malik, two little boys.
Yes, sir.
Dallas Austin, he had an artist named Joy at the time.
Yeah.
Monica was around. TLC was around.
My God.
So, we were down here early in Atlanta working. This is back when it was a club called the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then later on it became the Warehouse. But that's how far back I go back to coming down here.
What was it that made y'all come down in '92, man?
Well, Dallas, he was a fan of my first album.
Yeah.
Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop. So he contacted the A&R at my record label, and his name was Dave Gossett. He went on to be an executive over at EMI, but at the time he was at Mercury. And Dave was like, "Yo, this kid Dallas, in Atlanta, he wants you to come down there and fuck with him."
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. Dallas contacted my manager, Chris, and next thing I know, I was down here working.
What was it like seeing this city change at the same time, too? Because '92, that's before the Olympics. Ain't nothing really get crazy till after '96. So from
this is still Freaknik.
Yeah, this Freaknik time.
Right.
So, okay, well, hell, there's still a party going on in this thing.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah. Me and Eric, we came down here and we bugged out. We couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, shit. Like, this the light down here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's how it appeared to us.
Yeah.
And then, I guess about 95, 96 is when Freaknik started to slow down.
Yeah.
I think the year 96, they had everybody routed around 285.
Yeah. Yeah, like
couldn't
get the
even
hell
get
off.
off. I kid you not. They had the exits blocked off.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
No, I remember it was a parking lot. The city was a parking lot, and after that they shut it down. It was the end of the whole legacy. But when you think about Freaknik, because when folks try to bring that stuff up now, it seems like a myth. It doesn't seem like it could actually have been going down that serious to where it's a party on the expressway. Yeah. It's a party in the mall. It's a party on the surface streets. It's literally a party all over the place.
You didn't even have to be in the mix.
Exactly.
The outskirts were cracking.
You went outside, you was in the mix.
If you were in the perimeter, you were lucky. But the outskirts were cracking. You know what I mean? It was like that. It was like
what did that do to your creative process? And then also when it came time to, remix for Cast them, did that atmosphere affect your production in any way?
Yeah, it definitely made me branch out because at first I was more boom bap based. Yeah. And when I came down here, of course, being around Dallas,
time to bring in the bass
Eric
line.
Sermon, I picked up on playing on top of my samples. Because at first I was just filtering my bass lines and things like that. Cheat code, but still making it happen.
Yeah.
And so a lot of that rubbed off on me. You know what I mean? So the musicality rubbed off on me.
Exactly. being somebody that came down here to the city too and helped to, basically bring some of that New York flavor down here. What was that like though, being from New York and Atlanta and bringing y'all new flavor in the city?
I loved it. The highlight would be me doing the remix to Outkast Southern Playalistic.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And one day I was at a party and Big Boy, I walked past Big Boy and Big Boy said to his peoples, yo, Diamond D helped break us in New York.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And, caught me off guard. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But, because Southern Playalistic, it was already a big record.
That's right.
But they wanted, a boom bap version.
Yeah.
So I gave them that, and that's what rocked in the city.
That's crazy.
So that helped break them in New York.
My God.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the New York ear then. What was so different about the New York ear versus the West Coast ear or the Southern ear that caused them to gravitate?
The grittiness.
Okay.
West Coast, they made it a little more prettier with the synthesizers, the G-Funk. But there was a lane for that.
Exactly.
Because it's like on the East Coast, it was more James Brown based. As far as like older music. And on the West Coast, you heard a lot of Zap,
funk,
Midnight Star, shit like that. So and Atlanta's always been a mix to me.
Yeah.
Until Atlanta found its own sound, with trap shit.
Yeah.
But like my man DJ X from the Coalition DJs.
What up, though, X?
He said that when Public Enemy dropped Don't Believe the Hype, it was huge in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Hell yeah.
It was like, yo, that shit was huge.
Niggas love Public Enemy.
Yeah, so I didn't know
the power. Come on.
But the point was, like, that's a straight boom bap record.
Yeah.
And he said it was huge down here.
Come
on. So, Atlanta always had its own identity. I learned Kilo.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Rappers back around that time.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think Shy D, he was kind of hot.
Yeah, he was doing his thing as well.
Yeah, so I definitely seen the growth.